Welcome back to another episode of Jacksonville Buzz's Buzzworthy Businesses. I'm Steve Strum, and today I have Logan Stanko from Hydro-Kleen Pressure Washing and Painting. You know, I got to tell you, if we were just here to talk about pressure cleaning and painting, this interview is probably already over.
Yeah, it's not super exciting.
But you are doing something so significantly unique in this space. Tell our audience a little bit about how you are adapting 21st century technology into a 100-year-old type of company.
So basically, we spray water at walls, nothing complicated. But now we're doing it with a drone. So we have a commercial pressure washing drone we use it generally for buildings between 5 and 10 stories. And it flies up and cleans the buildings for us.
So you've been in the pressure washing business and the painting business, and what happened? You know, I listened to that, and you're like, something so simple. Oh, we use a drone. And I'm sitting there thinking about, like, what does this drone look like with a giant hose that goes up there? And how does it not spray all over the place like a kite out of control without a tail? How did you get technology like that as a concept into your business model? And then how are you doing it in a safe way to where you're not blowing apart your drone or your clients' your structures?
Yep. So basically, the drone's controlled with several GPS sensors, radar, so it can't just willy-nilly fly into buildings and go all over the place. And it is tethered to the ground with a hose, so you don't really have to worry about it, flying around. But it's just a big 6-foot drone. They weigh about 25 pounds, and they can fly up, and you use it just like a remote control you would for a small little drone. And it keeps everybody safe, keeps everybody on the ground. It's really neat stuff.
How did you come across this concept? I mean, it's one of those ones where it's like, okay, pressure washing, painting, not very attractive as far as like, oh, this is a sexy business. I spray water on walls. Yeah. But if I'm driving by this building and I see a drone flying around washing the thing, like, how did you come up with that idea?
I didn't. It was an accident, actually. My business partner, Chris, happened to be messing around on YouTube, and he's like, check this out. And it was in China or something. He's like, it's a drone cleaning a high rise. And I said, oh, we're totally doing that. And here we are a year later, and we're totally doing that.
So, but to have a drone at that level, right? I mean, you get the drones, right? You go buy them on Amazon, right? Anybody can fly those things, but you're not talking about like a little teeny tiny drone like a squirt gun. A 6-foot drone. That's that's the size of the table in front of us here.
Yep.
That's a huge thing.
Yep.
How do you have to be qualified for something like that, right?
You have to get licensed. You need to get an FAA Part 107 license to fly commercial drones. Pretty much regardless of what you're using, if the drone weighs enough, you have to get that license, even for personal drones. And then you can, when you buy the drone, they give you some training courses, how to fly it, how to use it, all that. And then it's basically on you to not crash it and burn it.
Well, and at the price point of that thing, you're buying yourself a car as a drone.
A nice car.
Just fly around and squirt water on the wall. So how have, for the people that are watching, probably sitting there going, that is like the coolest thing ever for something that is as a stall. I mean, in industry of pressure washing has been around forever. Product differentiation is always a thing that people talk about, right? And clearly that is a product differentiation.
Yeah.
What do your customers think when you roll up on site, like, hey, I'm gonna pressure wash you, and the next thing you know, you got, the flying R2D2 coming out of the box?
They love it. It draws a crowd. Like, I have to have people on site to control the crowd that it's going to draw. It's kind of crazy. People come out of their buildings, out of offices, anytime they see it, because it's huge, and nobody's ever seen anything like that. So when I roll up with that, everybody's just in awe.
I'm thinking about my office, right? So we've got a 5-story building down here, right outside of downtown, and you see the pressure washer people, right? They got the window cleaner guys with the rope and the squeegee. And I'm sitting there thinking about the next time I look over my head, I see this drone just floating there, right? And I could only imagine, people looking at that going, what are we being attacked? No, you're being pressure washed.
Well, it's not only that, we use it for windows too. And it adds a layer of privacy. For example, hospitals, we're bidding hospitals to clean the windows with the drones because they don't want guys hanging from a rope looking through windows at patients.
Right, when you're having a procedure done.
So we use the drones for things like that because it does add a layer of privacy as well.
Now, do you also do the painting via drone, or is it just the pressure washing?
We don't. We just do the cleaning via drone. You can retrofit them to paint, but it's not something.
That is fantastic. Well, you got to love when you have these interviews that almost write themselves. I mean, how cool is it to have a company that's been around that's just a it's the company, right? You don't think about pressure washing as having much innovation, higher quality of water, maybe better quality of soap, less things that are bad for you that go into the ground.
Yeah.
Those are the things people think about with product innovation.
Yep.
This completely changes the game. Safety wise for your employees, I'm sure that that's a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
Because, 5-story building, I mean, that's 50 stories up. There's a certain risk element that you
Yeah,
have to have and certain
absolutely.
safety equipment.
Yep. Yeah, we had to have all of our guys trained for lifts and all that stuff, which we don't even really need anymore.
So now we are living in the future, man.
Yep.
Drone technology to wash a building.
Yep.
What's on the horizon? Are you even a real
I don't
person?
know. I'm
or
trying
like,
to
is this
figure
like
out
some
how to
Tony
do
Stark thing?
submarines.
Are you like even really here?
Trying to figure out how to do something different. We use boats, we use drones, we do all that fun stuff, but I don't know where to go from here.
Well,
If you have any good ideas,
nowhere else but up. There you go.
Absolutely.
Like next, you get a bigger drone, you go up 40 stories. Like, hey, what's
Absolutely.
that attacking the Empire State Building? No. That's just they're washing the drone. They're just washing the building with a drone.
Yep.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Oh, no
It's
problem.
so cool to hear of like how businesses are innovating every day and in ways that people don't even anticipate, and that's just going to change your business dynamic forever.
Yeah, absolutely.
And for people that are sitting there going, "Oh my gosh, I saw that guy," or if people want to come check you out, I'm sure you have website kind of tutorials and all that stuff, and
Yep.
probably cool little video with you flying a thing around, going, "Hey, look at me."
Oh, we have it all over YouTube. We have it all over Facebook. It's
So you're all everywhere. So what we'll do is just to make sure that we get all those links captured, is we'll put it on our website, which is thedailynewsnetwork.com. We'll kind of attach all the links together so people can come check you out, see what you're doing. Next time I drive by someplace and I see a drone doing it, I'm like, oh my gosh, is that you guys pressure washing?
Well, the next time you're looking out your office window and you see the drone, you'll know
it's you. You're like, you have like one of those little things that says, "Hi, Steve." Like,
sounds like a plan.
I appreciate you coming in. That's a really cool conversation, guys. What a neat interview we've had today about how to adapt technology in the 21st century to something as simple as pressure washing. We are clearly living in the future. Make sure to come check them out over on our website, thatdailynewsnetwork.com. If you like the episode, share the episode, and remember to always live with gratitude.